This episode is in partnership with Authority Magazine. Authority Magazine, a Medium publication, is devoted to sharing in-depth and interesting interviews featuring people who are authorities in business, pop culture, wellness, social impact, and tech.
Cillian, welcome to Believe in People.
Hello, Amy. Hello, Kevin. It's an honor to be here on Believe in People podcast.
Well, I want to ask you, the first thing is, what sparked you to get into magic in the first place?
What sparked me to get into magic? One of the main reasons was my Uncle Desi when he showed me this magic trick where you take your phone, split it in half. And that was the first magic trick that I ever saw. But what really made me get into magic was seeing Izzy Simpson back on BGT in 2017, because it was just amazing to little 8-year-old me how someone so young could have such an impact, and making it to second place was what really... Izzy Simpson making it to second place was what really inspired me to get into magic, and I've been doing this since then. So my spark for getting into magic was Izzy Simpson.
Wow.
And let's talk a bit about that. I mean, you've taken it to pretty good heights yourself in terms of now. What's the name of the show where you are? We've got America's Got Talent, and we've got all these kinds of shows. Which one were you on in Great Britain, and how did you end up?
Well, I was on BGT in last year, 2023, and I ended up in third place. And I think without BGT, I wouldn't have gone to where I was today. I wouldn't be doing this podcast with you today without BGT. And I've gone so many other great things from it. America's Got Talent earlier this year. South Korean magic show, The Magic Star. What else? National Reality Television Awards, where Britain's Got Talent won Best Reality Competition Show. Oh, what else? I've traveled the world, South Korea, Italy, America, loads of places.
And how old are you?
15.
Oh my goodness.
That's incredible. Wow. Well, I see that you have, is that a Rubik's Cube?
Oh, yes.
Okay, I'm curious. What are you going to do with that?
Right. Well, as you can see, I have a mixed up Rubik's Cube and an empty hat. Watch the Rubik's Cube very closely. If I cover it with the hat just like this, with a snap, it completely...
Wow.
Solves.
Wow.
Hey, this guy knows his stuff, Amy.
Serious stuff. Cillian is, yes.
I have to check my wallet before the end of this podcast, Cillian. I'll tell you that much.
That's incredible. And then what do you have on to the left of you, to the other side?
Oh yes, here I have a few decks of cards. Show you a card trick if you want.
Yeah, yes, show us a card
absolutely.
Trick or two.
All right.
Pick a card, any card, right? That's what you're going to say. Pick a card, any card.
Absolutely not. What I'm going to do from this mixed up deck, I'm going to try and find the 4 aces. I think the first one's about there. Yes, there it is. The first ace. Wow. Might need to give it a few more cuts. But actually, I think the second ace is right here. Yes, there's the second ace.
Wow. Incredible.
Third ace, I think it's actually on the bottom of the deck. No, that's the 4 of spades. Sorry, it's actually right there.
Wow.
There's the ace. So that leaves just one more ace. And God. Right. I'll give it a quick shuffle, but I'm going to do something a little bit different here. I'm going to give that shuffle a cut, and you'll see the four-face spin out of the middle of the deck, just like this.
Wow.
Get out of here.
That's
I guess
amazing.
you're probably too young to go to Las Vegas, which is probably a good thing for the people in Las Vegas. But I have to ask you this. You are so good at what you do, and you're so bright and personable. You have decided to somehow use your talent to help others, to help people with autism. Explain to me why you've decided to do that and how you can help.
For me, autism, before I had the magic, I struggled a lot with my autism, as I had very bad social skills. I wouldn't want to talk to people, but I didn't want to hide from people. I wanted to talk to them. But with the magic, it means I've been able to improve my social skills. So I've been able to go out and about, and I let the magic do the talking for me. So I perform the magic, and I know exactly what to say. And after doing the magic, I'd be able to actually make conversation with the people. So magic has definitely helped me improve my social skills. But also my fine motor skills. I would have struggled a lot with my hands. I wouldn't be good with writing or things like that. But because of messing about with Rubik's Cubes and decks of cards, I've been able to improve it a lot more, which helped me show you what I just did with producing the four aces and solving this cube. So magic has really improved a lot of aspects with my autism. And of course, BGT. With the autism, what I wanted to do was I wanted to share my story to other people with autism, because autism, it's not a disability, it's an ability. And before I had the magic, I would have been on the outside, I would have been on the inside looking out.
Yeah.
No,
And
sorry.
And Cillian, no, the outside looking at, actually, it's both ways. It's really, but Cillian, think about it. Your skills, I mean, first of all, in order to show up for millions, I mean, you just say, okay, I'm going to do this show into a small group. You went to the largest stage in the world. You were so personable, the one that I saw. Simon, I think it was Simon was there. I mean, you're with these judges that are they don't hold back, and you're exude confidence, and, it's through your magic. And yet that requires you to articulate exactly what you're going to do, learn the skills in which to perform this amazing work. And so what is it like? How do you prep for this in your mind and in your heart? Like, how do you do it?
Well, preparing for all the auditions, of course, having to learn the tricks and the script, which I have to give a big shout out to my magic director, Russ Stevens, who also would have helped me on my UK tour, which I did in the summer of this year, all around the UK. See, it was hard because people with autism, we don't do things by instinct. We learn what we have to do in a sort of way. And going on to the BGT stage, I was very, very nervous. So when I went out and I went down to the judges' table, you couldn't see it on the TV, but my legs were shaking behind the table because I'm standing in front of Simon Cowell.
I remember that. You look so calm.
Well, you think Simon Cowell's a scary guy or something?
Yes, he is. He is.
Really scary.
He's a pussycat.
Of course, it's not true. He would have been my mentor on America's Got Talent Fantasy League, and he was actually really nice. He gave me a lot of tips about telling a story, and the music you use. It's all very important when it comes to performing in front of people.
So you're a young man. You've explained to us now that you have autism yourself. I'm glad that you shared that with us. Now I'd like you to tell me, how would you like to share this with other kids who are in your same position?
Well, being able to share my story, that's really the main point of everything I've done, from BGT to TED Talks, everywhere. I'm just going to keep on sharing my story, and especially with people like me who suffer from autism, because they should focus on what they can do, not what they can't do. Because if they focus on what they can do, it means they'll be able to find something for them that could help them spread their name. For me, it was magic. Well, it could be for other kids, it could be anything else. Their special interests, I could say. Now, of course, I've something very big coming up.
I know.
Yes.
We want to hear it. Can we hear it now?
Yes. Drop the bomb.
All right. Hot off the press. I am officially amazing.
Wow. We could have told
I
you
am
that.
a Guinness World Records holder. And I'm in the Guinness World Records 2025 book. You will find me in the Young Achiever section of the book.
My jaw has dropped.
Can you read? What does that say? Wow.
Certificates. The most magic tricks performed in 1 minute under 16s is 28 and was achieved by Cillian O'Connor from Ireland in Mornington, County Meath, Ireland on the 26th of August, 2023.
Wow, that's a huge accomplishment.
So that's like a year ago then you did this. How many, wait a minute, how many tricks? What is it, 28 in a minute? Is that what you just said?
28 in...
28?
Get out of here.
Okay, explain. So did you set out to do this? Did you say, okay, I want to go for this? You did?
Yeah, I did. I decided...
Wow.
I'm doing a lot. How about I try getting Guinness World Records? So, because getting a Guinness World Record, it would have been another dream of mine. And
wow.
Since then, I've become an ambassador for Guinness World Records for young achievers to ask them to see about setting a Guinness World Record, because under 16s, it's a new section for Guinness World Records.
That's incredible. When you found out about it, what did you do? Were you in disbelief? Like, well, how did you feel?
Honestly, I had practiced so much on trying to set the record, and it was really hard because I had to get the order of the tricks and also choosing what tricks I could do. And then when it came to the day, actually going there and being able to perform them all, especially with my dyspraxia, I had to overcome a lot of challenges, but ultimately I did it and I became a Guinness World Record holder.
And that's, I mean, again, that's exactly what we're talking about. The story that you want to share to others is that it was a tremendous hurdle that you had to get over. You practiced, you had your mind and your heart behind it, and you did it. And you must be very proud of that. Oh,
yeah, I am very proud. Friends and family also are very proud. And, you know, it's such a big thing to say that I am a Guinness World Record holder, because in the database, there's 53,000 total records, but only 4,000 get into the book every year. And that's only about 30% of all the records in the database, and I'm one of those 4,000, which,
Wow.
to say that is just crazy.
It's crazy.
Especially considering it's the I forgot my numbers here. 70th edition of the Guinness World Records book.
Wow. That's incredible. And Cillian, what's your favorite trick out of everything that you do? What's the favorite magic trick that you like to do?
Everything that I do, my most favorite magic trick, I would have to say, is my confetti vanish that I did in the semi-final of Britain's Got Talent, because with other vanishes, magicians might hide themselves with a curtain and then it drops and they disappear. But with me, I'm standing there and then I'm just gone. And I got a lot of praise from other magicians saying just how good it was, which I also would have done on America's Got Talent. But they were all saying it was amazing because he's gone like that, and especially the appearance in the box again.
Wow.
Do you do you speak to other kids with autism? What do young people say to you when they come up to you?
I have done talks for events with autism before. TEDx, I did a TED talk where I would have talked about it. Middlesbrough Town Hall I would have done earlier this year. What else? As I Am, they would represent neurodiversity in Ireland, which I'm an ambassador for. So I go to some of their events to talk about autism to other kids with autism. And As I Am, they've really helped me over the years with overcoming my autism. And in these events, kids with autism have come up to me and asked me, like, how do you do this? How do you do that? Can you give me some words of inspiration? And if I had any words of inspiration to give them, it would be 3 words. 3 lines, I should say. Dog. Don't give up on your dreams. Only you can create your story. And go the distance.
Wow.
Doc.
And apart from the magician that inspired you, who else has inspired you in your life?
Well, I have had a lot of inspiration over the years. Russ Stevens would have been a big inspiration, considering he would have helped me with BGT and AGT. Who else? Dynamo, Stephen Frayne is also a big inspiration. The creator of Marvin's Magic, which is the number one magic company in the world. Marvin Burglas, the creator of Marvin's Magic, of which I'm a junior ambassador for. So I would go to shops such as FAO Schwartz, Arnott's, and I would perform at the Marvin's Magic stall, demonstrating the tricks. Of course, last year for the Young Magicians Club, which is the youth program of the Magic Circle, I would have won the Marvin's Magic Rising Star Award of 2023, which was such a big honor, getting that award from one of my heroes, one of my inspirations. Some others would be Darren Brown would be a big one, Paul Daniels, a lot of old magicians. One of the biggest duos, actually, Penn and Teller would have been a big inspiration. I watch Fearless all the time, and I love seeing their acts that they do at the end of every episode. And it would just be a dream to be on it one day, to go to Vegas and perform in front of Penn and Teller and trying to fool them, and even fooling them. Because having that Fearless trophy on my shelf, that would be one of my biggest achievements to date.
Can I ask you why? I mean, I know that someone showed you your first magic trick, which was the famous pulling the finger away from the thumb trick and what have you. But what is it about magic itself, the the mechanics of magic. What is it about magic that you really fell in love with? Was it the entertaining side, or I mean, what? You tell me.
I think there's a lot of factors for why I fell in love with magic. One of them is you're able to talk to people to interact with people and let the magic do the talking for you. And it can be people of all ages, because magic can be done for people of all ages. Another one of the factors would be, what would it be? The confidence people can have, the confidence that people can have on stage. And with magic, there's always something new to learn. Another one would be like how they choose the music and how they're able to do the magic to the music, having that perfect timing. There's a lot of things that made me fall in love with it. One of with magic, over the 7-8 years I've been doing it, I've met a lot of friends that in the magic world that without magic I wouldn't have been able to meet them. Who is there? There's the Young Magicians Club, as I said, the Magic Circles Youth Program, and the Society of Irish Magicians, which exactly as it sounds, it's a society of magic in Ireland where magicians from all over the country meet up to talk about all things. And the Society of American Magicians also, which I recently became a member of, Society of Magicians in America. Haven't been there yet, but looking to get there someday.
You will.
Of course, another place.
Cillian, what you hope for? Like, what's your dream if you have one? I mean, you've done so much up until this point, and you're 15. I mean, it's remarkable.
Well, there's a lot of dreams I have. Of course, Las Vegas, being able to bring magic into schools and
that's interesting.
Have another tour I'd be very happy with. Bring magic into schools to help kids, I should say. But yeah, I would like to have another tour sometime in the future, and to visit the Magic Castle in Los Angeles would be a big dream of mine, because of course I would have been LA to film America's Got Talent Fantasy League, but unfortunately I never got to make it to the Magic Castle. So being able to go there one day would be a dream.
Do you know of any other autistic magicians in the world?
I don't think so, actually.
Okay. Me neither. But it's obviously it's obviously a gift that you have. So, you're using your autism as a gift to, you benefit from it. And we've spent a lot of time talking about how magic has helped you with autism. But answer me this: does the autism help you with the magic?
The autism can help me with the magic sometimes, and because with the autism, it means I have an incredible memory, which means there's some magic that I'd be able to do because of that. And I never wanted to hide the autism. I wanted to showcase it and show that it can help people in some ways. I just wanted to be myself.
Wow, that's really remarkable. And Cillian, so for others who are listening to this and watching this and are sort of struggling with what it is that, when people ask, what do you want to do? Or, are nervous about getting started. What's one thing do you think, it doesn't matter if it's magic or something else, for young people, what do you think the one thing that they could do to kind of kickstart themselves?
One thing I would say is to focus on what you can do, not what you can't do. As I said earlier, if you focus on what you can do, it means you'll be able to find something that you really enjoy doing, and maybe it can be a talent that could help you spread your name around the world, and it means you'd be able to go out and talk about that and interact through that special interest of yours.
Yeah. Wow.
We're going to have to get you to show us one last magic trick, but you are you're a people person. You have overcome the barriers that kept you from people you described earlier, on the outside, on the inside looking out or whatever. Why do you believe in people?
Why do I believe in people?
This is a question we ask. We ask this question every week to our guest because our podcast is called Believe in People. But you have such a knack, even with us. So, why do you believe in people?
I believe in people because I believe that no matter what, they can always find something that they can do, that they can use as a talent, that can help them really get out there. Even if they have bad social skills, bad on stage, bad in front of people, there's always something. I guarantee there's always something that will help them be able to talk to people. There's always something that will help them be able to face their fears. Like me, I was able to face my fear. I used to have a very bad fear of loud noises. I still do around some certain things. But with BHT, being able to just stand there in front of 3,000 people clapping and not be scared, that's
unbelievable.
That's a tremendous achievement.
Like, seriously, that's incredible. And you're now part of the family, aren't you? Like, it's a massive family.
Yeah. Even being able to just stand there in front of thousands of people and not be scared, even that I was really proud of.
Wow.
Well, do you have one more trick for us before we let you go?
Of course.
Of course. Maybe you'd like to do the 28 in 1 minute for us. How'd you like to try that? Prove to us how you got into the Guinness book.
Well, I'm a little bit rusty since I did it, but maybe some other time.
Okay. A good answer.
A deck of cards, which I'll give a few quick cuts. Now, Amy, what I'd like you to do, just say stop whenever you want.
Stop.
Right there. Perfect. I would like you to remember that card.
Okay.
This card right here.
Yes.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to lose it inside the middle of the deck. Now, I haven't seen the cards. I don't know what the card is, but I'd like to see that really is going into the deck. It's not on top.
No.
And it's not on the bottom.
No.
Now, of course, I don't know what that card is. It could be any cards in the deck. Now, what I'm going to do is I'll give the deck a few mix-ups just so the card gets even more lost. Now, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try find your card from this mixed-up deck that I have not seen.
For those listening in, he's shuffling the deck. Right
here. For the first time, can you name that card?
10 of spades.
One card, the
wow.
10 of spades.
That's amazing. Wow.
Cillian.
Kevin, try and do that.
I'm terrible at cards.
Trust me, you don't want to play any card games with me.
Cillian O'Connor, thank you so much for being our guest on Believe in People. What an inspiring half hour we've just had after having met you. And I really hope you get to travel the world and tell your story and encourage others who have autism to not be on the inside looking out, but to be on the outside doing good for others. Thanks for being on Believe in People.
Well, thank you so much for having me on again, Amy and Kevin. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Cillian. Have a great day.
You too.
What an inspiring kid. I mean, he's just spent a half an hour speaking with us, telling us about his dreams, telling us the difficulties he had to overcome. And, one of those difficulties was actually communicating with other people. And through magic, Cillian has, he's like totally out there. And I really think he's going to be a great ambassador for those struggling with autism. And I wish him the best of luck.
And I think anyone that's worried or fearful or nervous about doing something that they're at least have a little spark toward, just do it, because Cillian just speaks to all of those who are in fear and just does it anyways. And he's just a remarkably personable kid. Yeah. I mean, a young adult.
He said, and as he said at the end, don't play cards with them. That's my only advice to you. If you want to play cards with another inspiring guest, please subscribe to Believe in People and join us again next week for another inspiring person who knows what kind of tricks they got up their sleeve. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.